get my back up.
We're supposed to jump in.
Today, we're here at the Russ Meek Speaks show. I have some sharp gentlemen here that want to tell us a story about what's going on in the Chicagoland area that they help out with here, across the world, and many other places. And I'll let them introduce themselves to you now. Sir.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having us on the show today. It's a pleasure. So my name is Freddy Martinez, the Escaber. I'm a co-founder of a nonprofit organization called Artwave Media that's located, we have an office located in the Wicker Park area. And what we do is we provide platforms for artists, local artists, and abroad, but mostly local artists here in Chicago to do events, to do music, to do podcasting, to do clothes. We dabble a lot within the art spectrum, whether that's clothes designing, whether that's painting. And we're looking to continue to grow that platform and provide inspiration and hope to a lot of the youth out here in Chicago.
Okay, so it's primarily on youth, giving them the opportunity to
Definitely.
get into the fashion, different types of areas.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, sir?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having us on here. This is fantastic. So my name is Kevin Owens. I'm the founder and creative director of Call Your Friends. It's a clothing brand that gives a percentage of our proceeds to a charity that I partnered with called Rebecca's Dream, in which we help underprivileged people in the Chicagoland area currently, but we're obviously looking to expand on a national basis to help them pay for therapy and mental health services.
Got it.
So it's kind of the small gist, but it's definitely a lot more to that.
Okay, that's the elevator speech. So right now I need to get the facts. What do you guys do? How much money do you need? How many people do you help? And how do you get this done? So my question to you guys is, one, what's the next step for you guys? What exactly do you guys look to do here in the Chicagoland area over the next 5-10 years? What do you want to do?
So definitely, my organization is fairly new. I have worked with Call Your Friends, which is Kevin Owens. We have collaborations together, trying to raise awareness for mental health. So I think my main cause is to promote education, to promote fashion, to promote that type of energy, that swag, that we call estilo style, which in Spanish, right? And I'm looking to raise money to provide a platform, right? So we have equipment, we have material, we have resources to give to the youth. Because my main belief, my way of providing change and implementing that is through working with people that I feel are very talented, have potential to influence a mass of people, right? Not only in Chicago, but abroad as well. Okay. But I believe those people, they need a platform to do that. So I'm definitely in the process where I am trying to promote this nonprofit organization to provide that resource to these individuals that I believe are diamonds in the rough. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping to be here, right, to spread the word of what we do. And I want to provide information to talk about the shows, the pop-ups around fashion, music, art, poetry that we have done to continue to raise money so we keep doing what we need to do to continue to grow and work with more artists to see how some of these artists could grow eventually to become great business entrepreneurs, women, men, and also leave an amazing footprint to the already vibrant area of Chicago.
Okay, so bottom line, so how much money do you need?
So I would say, obviously, I think that's an issue right now. And I'm looking to raise about $100,000. That's just because we are a small organization.
Okay.
So in a few years, but I want to go way, of course, past that to do what I want to do. And my big goals, yes.
Okay.
But in the moment, right now, we're just trying to raise money just to have podcasting, to have cameras, right? To have laptops for these kids, to be able to do graphic design, to do web design.
Okay.
And right now we don't have that, so of course, right, the way we raise money right now is through selling art, through selling clothes, through doing workshops at the office we have in the Wicker Park area.
Got it. So right now then you could work with a lot of these youth and partner with Can TV, showing them about the marketing side, doing things of that nature. And right now you're saying starting capital, $100,000 would be good for you.
Right.
And you can roll from there. So right now, you're going to be on the web looking at the Chicago Community Trust and say, you're a great organization, you work with youth, you're trying to give them incentives to learn and do a number of different skills.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So we can make that happen. Let's say, what's our timeline? 30 days? Is that enough time?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Of course, yeah. I mean, we're working hard, and we're definitely, like I said, right, this is about, of course, right, the funds are able to help us do what we need to do, But obviously, I just want to promote the cause and the purpose of the core of my message.
Okay.
And of course, people that are willing to help push my agenda, I would definitely love that, right? I work with not only the youth, but I work with people that are incarcerated as well.
Okay.
I have family that's in there, and we're doing a pilot program right now around, it's called Art Therapy, where we give them certain projects to work on, and these guys design drawings, and actually we had one where these guys designed like pretty much a t-shirt. These guys are incarcerated. They sent them out here to me, and then me alongside with Call Your Friends and Kevin, we did a runway show in Wicker Park. We had a storefront there, and we did a runway show with young models that are also from Chicago. So you see how we were able to bring everybody together, right?
Got it.
People that are incarcerated, people out here to tell the stories. Like, hey, look, these people that come from underserved communities, but they have talent. They want to work together. They don't want just a simple, simple project. They want to feel like they're a part of something bigger, to spread inspiration and hope. And that's the platform that I'm trying to do. And I feel like I have a very unique voice because me, myself, I was also incarcerated at the age of 18, and I was in there for 15 years. So I know from the inside out people that come from that struggle and they have overcame that. And I'm so proud that I could be a part of that and have these guys that are incarcerated call me, and also deal with guys that are out here in the youth that are trying to be who they want to be. They want to have lingo. They want to talk a different way, but they want to be good people, right?
So people that are watching this program and saying, hey, this guy, he was incarcerated for a while. He's been there, I've been there. I need some help. How does he get in contact with you?
Yeah, so they would reach me at artwavemedia.com. That's our website for the nonprofit organization, but you could also reach me. We have a business line as well at 312-589-8416. Once again, that's 312-589-8416. And you could ask for me. I'm the co-founder. My name is Freddy Martinez. And definitely I'm available business hours, which is 8:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
Reach out to me, and I would definitely love to see how I could collaborate with other organizations. If there's anyone, we also have a GoFundMe page at Artwave Media as well. And we're definitely looking to raise money to continue to do these events. Because I said, right now this is out of our own pockets. We have me and Kevin. We have a storefront in Wicker Park, and we also have an office at the Flatirons building, which is a historical building in Wicker Park around art, right? So we have a place there, and we try to use that spot to, like I said, once again, promote other artists.
I got a situation where I got organizations that give billions of dollars away.
Right.
And right now, especially if it's focusing on youth, people with any mental illnesses or things of that nature,
right.
And they say, hey, let's fund money into these organizations to make this happen. So right now you're saying you got an opportunity for them to actually assist and make this work. Right now you say you got clothing that's being designed by a lot of these people who've done this type of work. And right now you have a lot to show. And right now you just want to give them the opportunity, looking at the websites, looking at the information, seeing exactly what you guys do, and saying, hey, we can make a difference and make this happen. Okay, so how much money do I have to raise? I got to call Walmart tomorrow. I'm like, hey, I'm going to hear where it's big. I look the largest retailer in the country. They should be able to give some money away.
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously, we would love to raise as much money as possible, whether that's $1 million, whether that's $500,000.
Okay.
That money would be put to good use, right? For office space, for material, like I said, once again, for laptops, for a 3D printer, right? For a screen printer. These are things we don't have right now. We have to go out through other resources. So yes, if we could raise $500,000, $1 million, that'd be amazing, you know?
So how many people do you feel you guys can assist?
Wow.
In total?
Yes.
Thousands, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. So really the goal, or I guess you can call it the business plan in terms of how I look at it, in terms of expansion, is basically saying, you know, as we go on a national basis, which is eventually going to be the goal, is to say to some of these charities across some of the larger cities, New York, LA, like we were speaking about, and say, hey, look what we've done here in Chicago. Look who we were able to provide help with, which is primarily what we discussed was the youth and the underprivileged youth in particular. And the reason for that is I think that, you know, a lot of older generations have kind of missed out on getting the education that they need in terms of mental health and mental health awareness and therapy or mental health services in general. So I think it's important to really target, the youth. When I say the youth, just as early as possible. So our primary target really is, at the moment, to provide therapy to anywhere from 6th grade to high schoolers. But I've even talked to some not-for-profits that think that it should be started at an earlier age. Right. So it's tough to put a numerical value to how many people we can help. Mm-hmm. But I don't see that it as far as financially, we are successful moving forward within the next 5, 10, 20 years. Mm-hmm. There's really no limit that's put to it because therapy is expensive.
Very expensive. I work with Chicago Public School System. Right. We have thousands of kids that need therapy and assistance, and again, it's not available. We got a tight budget here, and money is not readily available. Although they all need it, people are just not throwing out the money and say, hey, you guys get this and make it happen. So right now, they need programs, they need facilities, they need options that can actually make, especially in Hispanic and African American communities, that's a main demand that's needed. And right now, I try to talk to organizations all the time to say, look, what do you want from us? Now can we make it happen?
Yeah. So I'm happy you brought that up. So essentially what our business model looks like, and when I was first initially having some conversations, because I did want to partner in terms of a charity to help with the philanthropic side of the company, because I really think of Call Your Friends as kind of two businesses in one. There you have the philanthropy side of things, and then you also have the business side of things, which is obviously the creation of clothes and fashion and everything in between, which essentially helps us pay for everything to operate.
To pay the bills.
Yeah, to pay the bills. But my point is you brought up the access to CPS schools, and a lot of brands, clothing brands right now across the nation, primarily, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing whatsoever. I think it's a fantastic thing. Give a percentage towards mental health awareness. Okay. And when I was first starting, I didn't necessarily understand where my dollar was going when I would purchase these clothes in terms of mental health awareness. So I was very adamant on providing, therapy. So when a consumer goes and purchases from Call Your Friends, you know exactly where your dollar's going, and it's helping people pay for therapy. And coming back to the point about Chicago Public Schools is the way that this kind of happened, and I was very adamant on, and a lot of charities kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but I finally found a fantastic partner, like I mentioned in Rebecca's Dream, where they have these connections with a lot of, or all Chicago Public Schools with their guidance counselors, and the guidance counselors essentially give guidance to Rebecca's Dream on which kids or children could benefit from therapy or mental health services. Okay. So that's kind of the business model of how it works, and it's been great thus far.
So here's a question: I put $1 million on the table for you guys. We walk over with a check tomorrow, and what's the next step? Where do you go?
The next step, I would say, is implementing programs. Like, this is one thing, right? You could. I hope people out there can look up Art Wave Media alongside the projects we've done with Call Your Friends, because he's also part of Art Wave Media as well, a nonprofit organization. Okay. So we, honestly, out of our hearts, we work with the youth. The place we have, we bring in young girls that are 17, 16, they do rap, right? They do music. We provide them a place to record, a safe haven. Okay. Like, you need something to eat, we'll take them out to you. Because I said, where I live right now, we're in Wicker Park. So, and that's where me and Kevin both stay. So that used to be a prominent Latino neighborhood, but because of gentrification, it's not that no more.
It's changed.
It's changed. And I want to be a part of the culture that brings some of that back there. Because people of my skin tone or my ethnic background don't live there anymore. They might go there to work, but they don't live there.
Yeah, they're moving to Inkwood.
Exactly. So I want to pump money back into that neighborhood through people of color, right? Through African Americans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicanos, right? I want to pour money back into that neighborhood to start doing programs that are also going to generate money as well, right? I don't want to just get money and sit on it. I want to make that money grow as well, not just for myself, but for people that I'm working with that are young, right? So we can start providing to people, because that's the main issue in these neighborhoods. It's employment, it's jobs. And the reality is that these people that they're getting offered jobs right now, they're not with these kids do not want to do those jobs that they're getting offered. And there's plenty of other ways to do that. So I believe by influencing, like you talk about how many people can we help, we could help beyond your wildest dreams. If we get people that are very charismatic, and we put them in a platform to share their inspiration through social media and through programs, through podcasting, then I think that number is beyond our comprehension, right? And that's really truly what I believe we could do if we're given the assistance, right? Because we do need help. That's one thing right? I just said myself, I was incarcerated as well for a long time. And I'm working hard to do change, right? To promote change. It's not easy, but we're here for the fight for the long haul. And we're doing a great job at it right now. So we're ready. We're ready. We're ready to grow. We're ready to be involved and to bring the youth into our places, right? Provide them a place to be artistic, to share their expressive artistic side.
Got it.
We're ready for that, yeah.
I got a 15-year-old. I'm trying to educate her in terms of what's right, what's wrong. Right now, she's looking to go to medical school and possibly be a supermodel. They've had her on Chicago PD a few times. And right now, I said, hey, I think she's doing pretty well. She goes to Loyola Academy in Winnetka, hanging out with the wealthiest of wealthy.
School.
And we're spending $30,000 a year for her to go to high school. It's like, hey, of course, I think it's totally inadequate, but this is a child who has some exposure that can do a number of things that she'd like to do. I said, just pick your item. She said, I want to go to Harvard or Stanford. I said, why not come to University of Chicago or Northwestern? I can get you a free ride. But she said, no, I want to go to Harvard or Stanford. I was like, okay, thank you very much, young lady. But just getting youth involved to say, what can we create that makes them happy?
Exactly.
And
there you go.
setting a new day to say, hey, we can make things happen. And right now, I brought her on the show here on Meek Speaks, and she talked about what she could do and what can really make life work.
And it's beautiful.
To get kids in this world, understand media is a part of life. And you get to tell people your story and make people understand how they can help.
Beautifully said. And to go back to your point, it is an important question, even having conversations with potential investors and where to utilize that money. I think that you put it in a great sense, and just to add on to it, I think that expansion is something that is really important. Obviously, Chicago is home. Chicago is native to me, and that's where I want to help out the most. But there's a whole nation of individuals that suffer from mental illness, and whether that there's and if it's not someone, if it's not yourself, it's somebody that you may know, or so. I think in utilizing that money, it would really impact our expansion efforts. Primarily, it would impact our marketing efforts, but then on a more solidified level within Chicago, it would help because not only do we, our primary goal is obviously to provide therapy to others, but I'm a big believer in the sense of that art is therapy. And a lot of people, I was even having a conversation the other day where, people believe that they can't draw like Picasso or whatever it might be, or paint like Picasso or whatever it might be, but there's always a sense of artistic ability within everyone, I believe.
I believe so. I'm a member of the Art Institute here in Chicago. We have a great institution there.
I'm a student at the Art Institute.
And I'd love to bring youth in to see the Art Institute to say, hey, what's happening here and how can I get involved with this? Because you all know about art. Would you like to do this, be able to create this and make things happen? And they all say, yeah, I can do this. I can pretty much make it happen.
Right.
We look at some of the best artists that have come out. We have all the musicians coming out of Chicago.
Yeah.
We have all the artists that are here. We have the supermodels that are there. And now we're saying Chicago, the third largest city in the country, we probably have some people that could create some magic.
100%.
Yeah.
So all we do right now is just trying to be the funnel.
Yeah.
Get them set, show them steps, and let them walk.
And that's it. You said it right. Influence, and that's what I believe. What you said. Finding some of these people that are. Chicago. This is one of the most amazing cities in the world, right? Not only in the world. I love Chicago, and I love the expression. And all we're trying to do is enhance the footprint out here. And like you said, I feel with some of those kids you're talking about, we could go and influence a mass amount of people through art. And I think that's the main goal. And we're working with the right people and doing the right projects with myself. Like I said, call your friends, and just promoting wellness, promoting good causes, promoting intent, purpose. I feel like that's the cause that's near and dear to me. And we're on the correct path, and we're going to continue to do good work around Chicago and abroad.
Okay, so what's our plan? I got some sharp guys here to say they had some situations here where they can help a lot of people. What's our plan?
Financially, what's our plan?
What's our overall plan? Right now, I got a chance to put on the table and say, look, this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
What's the step?
I would say financially is, I would say is our next step is to raise funds in order to do a multitude of things.
Okay.
Whether that be obviously to provide as much therapy as possible to as many individuals as possible. In addition, to create clothing that people care about, and then something that me and Freddy have always kind of discussed is almost incorporating kind of like a safe haven within Chicago, where individuals who are underprivileged or may not have the funds, but are very artistic, have a very artistic mind, are able to come into these places, and we provide them the funds to create what they want to create.
Okay.
So that would be, obviously, if I had the funding now, it would be something that I would have made happen yesterday. But that would be certainly a long-term goal right now. Hopefully, turning it into a short-term goal would be ideal. But I think that there is a lack of, because like I mentioned, art is a form of therapy, and it helped me individually overcome some of my difficulties as well that I faced. And having a space where individuals are able to come and essentially utilize our workshop, let's call it, or studio space to create what they want to create on our dollar or on our dime is really important. And I think it's a really important thing for, whether it stems from painting to drawing to music to any form of art to writing, and being able to provide that to the youth is, in my opinion, monumental.
One of the big things that I've got involved with is the penal system. I find that you got a lot of people there. They have a lot of mental issues that have to be dealt with. But the arts is something that they all love and enjoy.
Yes.
And we can pretty much say, hey, let's find some way to help these people to change their life. We do it through the arts.
Yeah.
It gives them an opportunity to understand what's going on, bring some mental heaven into their brains, and say, hey, this is something I can do. And some of our best people that we've ever created have come out of the penal institutions. And of course, some multi-billionaires that exist did come out of the penal institution also.
You're looking at one of them. That's where I came from, right? And I'm not ashamed of it. I'll tell you, I'm not proud of it, but I understand that was due to certain circumstances of where I was raised in my childhood, right? And overall systemic racism. And we're either gonna just accept where we come from, or we're gonna do something to be provoked a new mindset, right? And some of these behaviors that have proven not to be effective, we're gonna find ways to get rid of those things, right? And grow and develop. And how are we gonna do that? Like you said, through art. Art is universal. I wouldn't have met Kevin Owens if it wasn't for art. I wouldn't have met him. I wouldn't be doing what I did. A show at Harold Washington College last year, And I brought artists from Humboldt Park, from Pilsen, right? I was able to do that because of art. And we got to talk to kids from all sides of the city at Harold Washington College. Shout out to Deja for allowing me to do that down there. And it was a beautiful moment. So right now, me and Kevin and my friend Henny Hernandez, we're doing next month, at the first Friday of the month at the Art Wave Studio at 1579 North Milwaukee Avenue. We're doing a show next month at the Flatirons building. We're bringing in a bunch of entrepreneurs that do jewelry, that do painting, that do hats. Shout out to Call Your Friends. Here's a hat right here. You don't need a socks cap. You feel me? So that's what we do. We do these things. So we're doing it through a therapeutic form. We're also showing young people how to be a businessman as well, right?
Okay.
How to be an entrepreneur. Because if we want to create change, we have to, like you said, right? We have to have the funds to do it. Yes. If not, it's going to continue to be other people that take over your culture and implement their things, which is okay. But there has to be a balance, right?
Right.
We have to hold on to our qualities as well, but we also have to provide people a way to eat, a way to have a good living, a way to have good health, right?
That's first step.
So I'm proud of that. I'm proud that we're doing a show this upcoming month. If you guys want to come and check this out, it's going to be a bunch of young people that do crochet work.
How do they get tickets?
It's free.
Okay.
It's open house.
And where do they go again?
1579 North Milwaukee Avenue. It's in Wicker Park.
Okay.
I'll be there. I think Call Your Friends is going to be there.
Yeah.
And
what time?
It's going to be from 7 o'clock till
PM?
1 o'clock. Yes. Yeah.
So 7 p.m. to 1
7 p.m. to 1 p.m. Everyone's invited. It also is, there will be finger food there. There'll be food. There'll be drinks.
Okay, what type of food?
Right. That's the important thing. What type of food, right? Just chips and dip, or fruit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Portillo's, right? Well, if we had the funding, we can get Portillo's there. If we had funding,
so we need funding for it.
Right, to get the good food.
I'm a shareholder of Portillo's, so I can only say, hey,
Hey, there we go.
How did we know?
Kidding me?
It must be meant to be, but
we gotta get that set.
Yeah.
But bottom line, have you guys found any assistance from any major corporations here in the Chicago area that helped out?
I have not. Not yet.
So that means that's something you would like to have.
That is absolutely something I think would be having major backing from larger corporations gives a sense of credibility.
Okay.
And it's no question. I'm a young man. This is the first company I've ever started, and bringing people who have experienced this or have more experience than myself has been crucial to my success.
Okay.
So I'm very much a person where if there's any advice that is willing to be offered, or any financial advice as well, that is something where it would be greatly valued.
Got it. Again, I have to say that I have this young lady who probably wants to marry me soon. She's pretty wealthy. She has a few $1 billion.
Right.
And she hasn't proposed to me yet.
She hasn't proposed.
I'm trying to see if we need. I'm trying to see if we need to get the prenup started.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where she's talked to a few guys and they always try to marry her, but it's a form of she has to block them off. She needs me, a real guy.
She needs you, right? Exactly.
Try to do these
She's
things.
a real man.
Yeah. But the format right now, we try to keep organizations going.
Yeah.
We try to find the drivers that make things work.
Yeah.
And it's a format to say, hey, a lot of people need the help.
Yeah.
Let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
Right now, that's really the bottom line to move forward and go from there.
And I would hope, like you was talking about, we need backing from some of these major corporations or people that could provide that type of assistance for smaller businesses like me and Kevin. I would also hope that they would want to be associated to people that really come from the struggle, that really know from inside what real culture is about, what real art is about, what real poetry is about, what real rap is about. So I would hope, I always say, man, I don't feel like some of these people, like, I feel like they should need me. They should need us, because we're really, foot soldiers trying to provide change.
And they need you on their boards.
Yeah.
To have you guys
give
be
our
on the
voice.
board, to sit down, to tell exactly what's happening in the communities.
Yeah.
If they want to start marketing and they sell their products in these different areas, then why not have somebody from the community who can pretty much steer you in what direction needs to take place?
Yeah. So everything is primarily thus far, or not everything has been, backed by my own finances. And I think that there is a large opportunity for growth, because when I first started this, there was never in my right mind where it would expand to what it would be today. So I actually did product management for a living prior to this, and when I did my first round of ordering, I ordered enough clothes to last for 6 months, and we sold out of those in 2 days. And that's where it kind of clicked on. To me, as much as I want to say that I make fantastic clothes, it's very much, a lot of people are behind this message. And
who designs the clothes that you do? You do all the design?
I do all the design.
Okay.
Yeah, I do all the design. So I do all the design for Call Your Friends, and then I do also a lot of one-of-one pieces that I sell as well that also go to through Call Your Friends as well.
Got it.
So yeah, I have a background in fashion design. So when I was first starting, I knew that I wanted to do something to impact the mental health space, and I knew that my expertise lied in fashion design and clothing design, and I think that is also something that is very impactful with the youth right now.
Okay. Now, how do you get youth involved on the fashion design side? Do they come in with ideas, say this would be a nice product, or do you pretty much let them put on the table what they think makes sense?
Makes sense. So I'm trying to understand the question.
How do kids get involved on the fashion side? Do they come up to you guys with ideas?
We're connected with a lot of people. We do a lot of events where we meet young artists. Yeah. So me and Kevin have a funnel where we do, we do pop-ups. And like I said, once again, if you look us up, you'll see some of the shows we've done around the city of Chicago, because we've done shows in Pilsen, Harold Washington, Wicker Park. So I think through networking, we find young people, and I'm in the process right now of getting connected with certain high schools around Chicago, so they could send us certain youth that are interested in these things. But right now,
do you guys have any competitions where they put in the best design? And
oh man, that'd be amazing. We haven't done that, but that'd be a great idea. Thank you for that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna steal your idea now, but that's.
I think that all really does draw back to what I was speaking on having kind of that safe haven or studio space where the youth would be able to come and essentially use our products or our expertise and design what they are looking to design and make what they are interested in. And that's where I think the most impact would be in terms of how we would address the youth in terms of fashion and what they would be most interested in.
Got it, because I have my daughter, she comes in, she has her fashion design, since she's a supermodel these days, and she'd come up with her design for dresses, since these young ladies, they try to get involved with this supermodeling type thing. They don't understand the cost. You have to get your material. You have to have these designs, everything put up. Then you have to be accepted.
Camera work, all.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, we do have an office. Like I said, right, they give Our Wave Media a call. We do have an office right there at the Flatirons building where we allow artists to come through, share ideas. We literally have a poetry night. We have creative design night where we just work on different things. So we have dates available. People feel free to call us, and if it's an open space.
So if I'm talking about the competition of all the Chicagoland high schools, and you guys wanted to have the fashion design night, the number one candidate, is that something that could be done?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
I would love to do that.
Yeah, we'll start it next month.
I guess the question is, what's the best time to get it? Do they want to come in spring for the best spring dress or best spring clothing or what?
Oh, it matters. It matters. I've made everything from wedding dresses to sweaters to pants to trench coats and anything in between. So whatever anyone's
interested in. Hey, we got so many seasons out here that we're ready for whatever season comes up.
I'm looking about the best Armani suit. I can see the guys getting all set up. Hey, I'll come down the rail, the fashion side. Hey, here we go.
And what we can do is we'll do a runway show. We'll do a runway show. Whoever gets the best designs, or we could have a few. What we could do is we could have entries, right? And then we have certain models that we work with that are up and coming, amateur models, right? That we're giving a platform to.
Okay.
We could do a runway show. Everyone could show their clothing off, and we could see, do a competition like that, right? And my friend actually, shout out to No Nation Art Lab. They're also a nonprofit organization in my neighborhood, and they have a rooftop there. And I've been in talks with them to do a runway show on their rooftop.
Okay.
So that'd be an amazing place to maybe do something, and we could do a competition there, and maybe the winner could get a certain amount of money, right, to start their own, like he said, right, get a little bit of clothing out there and see how it goes. And we could back them through social media, through CAN TV and things of that nature.
Yeah, because we're talking about possibly having the show, like CAN may be able to record this and say, hey, this is what we've had a chance to design here in Chicago for some of the youth. And maybe some people, part of the penal system, we may have the best penal design.
Yeah, we both.
Yeah.
We both. And you know what's crazy? I just met a young artist as well, and I told him, hey, me and Kevin already have done a few runway shows. I said, yo, why don't we do a runway show instead of having the DJ this time? Why don't we have one of these young rappers or one of these young artists sing a song while they're doing the runway, right? So then we get everybody involved.
You guys could call me. I'll be rapping and kicking in the
You want to rap? No, we need you to dance. We need you to dance, man.
We need you.
Can I bring my cane?
Yeah, absolutely.
We will have cane. I can't wait. That sounds like an amazing idea. I think we definitely.
I think it is important also as well. So I will have my storefront on 1433 North Milwaukee up in Wicker Park. The name of it's Honore. So I'll have my clothes in there for both November and December before I look for a more long-term lease. So if anyone needed to get in contact, if they can obviously go on callyourfriends.com, and there's a contact button right there, and if they're looking to actually seek help, or if they wanted to purchase any of our clothing, or they can come to the shop at 1433. And in addition to that, I think that's a good use of where we can have
work with other artists.
Work with other artists, and they can come in kind of after hours, and we can have discussions with them, or before hours, or whatever it might be.
And that's what we're doing right now, right? We're funding getting these venues out of our own pocket, right? So we're doing that. Obviously, we have to generate revenue to keep those places open, right? Just like my office in Wicker Park, it's open to anybody, but we are paying for that. So we want to be able to bring other artists in there to also promote entrepreneur energy as well.
What's the game plan for the next 3 to 5 years? What do you guys want to create?
I want my organization to grow. I want to collaborate with other organizations, right? To work with the youth to promote change and to promote a place where people could come through. We could do podcasting. We could do web design. So that's my big picture, right? The next year is to raise money in order to open up a venue, to open up a spot where people come through and we have the right things there, right? It doesn't look like it's ran down. It looks up to date, looks professional, and we have people there that could also teach these young kids how to do this, how to do that. And we could all work together to promote change and to promote growth and education on the west side of Chicago, on the south side of Chicago. And when we find these unique, creative individuals, believe me, we're gonna spread inspiration and hope all around the world. I know it. I truly believe that.
Do you guys need any more input from different board members that you want to bring on your organization?
Of course, why not?
And I think my goal is simple. I think expansion in the sense of where any individual has the access to therapy or mental health services, and they have that at essentially their fingertips by whether it's through our website or whatever it may be. And it's definitely a large goal, but with the right amount of funding, I think it's a very feasible goal.
Got an organization we had in a few weeks ago called the Peacemakers. They have the mental health facilities available. If you want to utilize them, it's available for you guys to utilize.
Right, all beautiful, so we can reach out to them and send people there,
And then pretty much will set it up and make you guys the head. Like, hey, I got people who need to utilize your service. Fine, let's get it done.
100%. And me and Kevin were talking about opening up a therapy spot at the office we have in Wicker Park to make it a place of like a safe haven, right? We come and talk about things that we're going through. We can have peace ceremonies there, healing circles there. We could do, like I said, right through music. We could do a poetry thing where we express ourselves and allow ourselves to find comfort and to find growth within the community, to support each other.
Okay.
So we're trying to find the right dates and times for that. So hopefully we can reach some of these other organizations so we can collaborate on some of those projects.
So would it be helpful if we had some multi-mega stars that would come in and assist with what you're trying to do?
Of course, that would help.
Have a special. Is that star going to be you? Is that what's going to be you?
I hope it's you.
I'm talking about bringing in people with the star scenario here. I'm talking about having some folks from an Oprah Winfrey, having some people who made different things happen, and can say pretty much, hey, they come in, open the door, and everything works.
Yeah. I think
star power.
Yeah, I mean,
some of these kids are stars, though.
Yeah. I mean, it would obviously be a huge help. I think something that also is I wouldn't necessarily call it a problem, but something that we are looking to overcome is essentially help with finding, because I have to constantly remind people that reach out to me that I am not a licensed therapist. And getting as many licensed therapists behind this as well is really important and obviously costly. So finding kind of the right avenue has been not much of a challenge, I would say, but it's been difficult.
Again, it takes some coordination. And again, you do have to be properly licensed to provide these types of services.
Exactly. And I always remind people that I'm always here to talk as a friend, call your friends.
Right.
I always provide people to actual licensed therapists to get the necessary help that they need.
Okay. So we got a lot of options here that are on the table right now.
Okay.
Do you guys have an organization, 501(c) that can be utilized? People can get involved and help out. You're looking for more assistance for people to volunteer, do different services and things that you want to do around the Chicagoland area, and you're looking to help youth in the Chicagoland area. Right now, Game Plan will take the thousands of kids that are out there and say, hey, if there's assistance that's needed, we want to have the venue set up for them to utilize. And right now, we just want this to be a finger call. We want to know that you can call or email or get on this website to get some type of contact or get registered.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're available. And like I said, not only do we have a venue to go to at the Flatirons building, but we have the proper, I think we have the right networking route. We're growing. But obviously, that is something that we do need a little more assistance with, having the right people. Because right now, with Our Wave Media, for the most part, people are doing it out of their heart, because that's really what's in their soul. They believe in helping. They believe in community, right? So that's what we're doing right now. It's not for money. It's not for like financial gain. It's because this is what we love to do. I've been out of prison 3 years now. I've been doing this since I came home with no backing. No one knew who I was. Look where I'm at now, right? I'm here with you. I'm here with Kevin. I came from the gutter. I came from nothing, So this is a cause that's true to my heart.
Got it.
And I'm so proud to have a place, to have a network of people that are providing this platform. And I want us to expand. I want us to grow. I want us to reach. I want us to shatter boundaries with a sledgehammer and break expectations for people like me are supposed to go. The limit that is based on people where I come from. And I feel like there's no reason why we can't do it. If we're already doing shows in downtown here in Washington, and we just did a show at Pilsen, shout out to Patch, to Teresa, who invited me there to do art installation there. And you know what I mean? So we're just continuing to grow, and I just want to show another art piece that's, repping Chicago, you know what I mean? What's up, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. We're real artists.
So
we're real artists.
I got to put it on the table.
Yeah.
I got two major corporations that I deal with all the time.
Right.
State Farm and Allstate. They call themselves the Good Hand People, and they say they give away different things to organizations like yours. Now, if you had to tell the story to the CEOs of State Farm and Allstate, what would you tell them you guys want them to do?
As far as what we're looking for financially?
Corporate X, you need assistance. You're an organization that needs the hand help of these large corporations.
Right.
What would be the request today?
I think the two primary requests would be financial assistance and marketing assistance. Okay. Because obviously with a large corporation like those, their outreach and their marketing outreach is much larger than ours, obviously. And then as far as financial assistance would be, that's clear to where that would be able to assist us in growth and expansion.
Got it.
You see why we're a good combination? Because this man knows how to speak. Like, this is what we need, right?
Okay.
I'm more like, hey, this is what we're doing with the community, right? Okay. This is the people we're bringing in. These are the projects that we have ready to be implemented to promote change and to promote growth and generate revenue. And that's why me and Kevin are a good duo. And I'm glad that me and him came together because we're able to have all the elements that a corporation would be looking for in a nonprofit, right?
Got it.
Why are we going to give you guys money? Are we going to see this money grow? Is it going to really help? Is it really going to benefit?
Right.
Right. So when you're dealing with someone like us, we're doing this already.
Now, question: have you guys had a chance to get out and vote yet?
Well, we're ready. I mean, not yet.
We already talked about this before. Don't. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Subject.
I know what you're doing.
I don't know if
here.
we want to talk about it. This is a touchy subject.
No, we're not going there.
Hey,
this might go viral right now.
I just want to make sure you guys get out there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got this election coming up soon. So
I am going to, but we're not getting into this.
So please vote, right? Like you said, right? Please get out there and vote.
Right.
I am an ex-felon, so I cannot vote.
Okay.
Right, that is something that I would hope, right, and that's the thing where things get tricky, because one side wants to change that law and put that in, right, to send that to the branch, legislation branch, to get that implemented to let felons vote. So I'm not able to, but I definitely please, if you're out there, these policies do matter, right? The governors matter of Chicago, so please get out there, know your politicians, know your aldermen. And vote without a doubt. If I could, I would be definitely voting.
And again, as a felon, you right now lost the right to vote.
Right.
But you can promote the fact that people say, look,
yes, sir.
I can't do it, but you
Please
can.
do it. Yeah, it matters. It does matter. Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough thing to do right now, but I think me and Kevin were talking about it's a tough thing, and politics are tough, but it is something that does matter and does affect the community.
And something that I know we were even discussing, I know we've been discussing the youth a lot and how we're assisting there, but we've done a lot of pop-up shows and events, and something that's been great and Freddy has assisted with is a lot of his friends when he was incarcerated are phenomenal artists, and I got the chance to speak with them and showcase their art at our shows, which was an incredible experience, and it just speaks volumes to the impact that being incarcerated has on people, and it's just an important, I thought it was an important thing to touch on, that there are a lot of people that are incarcerated that really need assistance from a mental health perspective. So I think that's an area where I am very passionate about as well, in assisting. But I just wanted to bring that up as far as, because I know we've been speaking a lot about underage, but there are a lot of different avenues of where mental health is an issue, and it's really everywhere. If it's not yourself, it's somebody you know.
We actually had, if you don't mind me stepping in, because he was speaking about some of these guys that he met through me, and I thank Kevin for that, for being able to open up to that world, right? Because they could be dark, people that are incarcerated, right? You don't know these people, the other people when they were young, what they went through, why they're at where they're at right now, right? That's a bigger thing for a different time, different conversation. But imagine these guys that were incarcerated. When we did the Don't Blink show event in Wicker, these guys had a wall of art up. So imagine these guys that they're in the prison. It's like, man, look, I'm doing something productive. My art is being shown at this place. Kids, youth, people that are businesswomen are seeing this. They're so proud. One of these guys, we put him on the phone. He got to give an artist statement to a crowd of people. You imagine how profound that was?
Yes. And
how profound it was when these kids came to see all this art that's like what you call this black and white art that you see that's very unusual because everyone's on iPads now. Mm-hmm. These kids are like, whoa, what is this? This is amazing, right? And it was very, man, that's amazing.
They can identify.
Yeah, and they also took the time to write letters to me, and it was definitely one of the most profound and impactful experiences that I've had, being able to read those letters and how grateful they were, and it was just a really incredible experience.
I got to tell you guys, we've gone through a lot of material, a lot of data, and of course people watch the program and say, hey, what's going on here? There's all this data. But again, what's the best way for them to contact you guys?
So, Artwave Media, once again, Freddy Martinez, the Escaber, and you guys can reach me at 312-589-8416 or at artwavemedia.com for email, right? So please reach out. I have an assistant. Her name is Robbie. So she's the one that deals with our emails at the artwavemedia.com page. And actually, my friend that created the website, she was actually a former correctional officer.
Okay.
I met her in there. I was a prisoner when I met the girl that designed my website, the woman that designed my website. I met her in prison.
Is she cute?
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. She got a lot of people. She got a lot of people. She's cute. A lot of people. Oh, sorry. A lot of people used to try to, to say hi to her when we were incarcerated. And she was a great person, man. She was never judgmental. She kept it balanced. She did her job, but she was never judgmental on people. And she got to see me. She seen me on Facebook doing what I do out here. And she reached out to me. She's like, hey, I know you. I was a correctional officer when you were in there. She actually was the last person to take the cuffs off of me when I was going home after 15 years. How amazing is that? That's the woman now that designed my website. Right, so please reach out to us. And like I said, once again, any artists out there or anyone that wants to meet me in person, we could do that. I do have an office at 1579 North Milwaukee Ave. So if you want to pull up to the office, we're there from 7:30 to 7:30 at night, p.m.
And again, sir, corporate has to contact you to get these dollars flowing through. So hey, we'll definitely set them up. Go through artwavemedia.com.
So for mine, it would be callyourfriends.com.
Okay.
And there's just a contact button, and it goes right to our team's email.
Okay.
And then for the youth, obviously, our Instagram is Call Your Friends Clothing. Just at Call Your Friends Clothing.
Now, we've again gone through this time. We've used it up pretty quickly. Did we cover everything you wanted to get out?
I believe so. I mean, you did a great job. I think we talked. You can't want to talk about women, but all the pretty girls. But no, we did.